Hello, this is Kishore. I want to talk about validation, its advantages and its disadvantages, and tips and tricks that you can use to maintain the balance in validation. We want our things to be valid. We want our things to be acknowledged as good thing or valuable thing. If you remember from your childhood, you'll ask your mom or your dad or your other parents whether you are doing good or bad. For example, you'll go with your writing or drawing and ask them whether it's good or bad. You get feedback from them. If they say it's good, you feel happy, you feel content. If they don't like it, you're either depressed or you want to make it better next time. So we're conditioned, we lived in this feedback system from our childhood. So we are so much dependent on the feedback validation from outside. There are many advantages of validations. For example, you may get input which help you to expand your perception. You may be able to see things that you were not able to see before the feedback. You may know and explore things that you were doing wrong, or you will learn how to do things correctly, or what are the things that are acceptable in certain domain and what are the things it's not acceptable in that domain. You improve yourself, you calibrate yourself, you make yourself better and better with validations. But life and people is not simpler anymore. In this dynamic world, everybody is running for their own race, and they don't appreciate if you are overtaking them, or if you are leaving them and becoming more successful. They don't appreciate that, and that's the jealousy. And then they start being selfish, cunning. They'll do all sorts of things to stop you from growing. And if you're seeking validation from those people, that's going to be problematic. Yes, we need validation, but we should be very careful from which person or from which people you're getting validation. And you need to have this kind of filter where you filter out this negative feedback from these naysayers of this person who always want to do bad about you. And it's easier to say you want to neglect, you don't want to listen to people who are who always think bad about you. It's very easy to say, but in actual practice it's not like 0 or 1. It's not like person think good or bad about you. And this is our shallow judgment where we say this person is good or this person is bad. But in real case, things are very much fuzzy. There is this gray area, and during our validations and even in our decision taking, we slip down in this gray area. We get smashed in this gray area because we don't collect more data points. We don't understand the subject more, and we just vaguely, in very shallow way, will say this is good or this is bad. And when we are taking feedback from those people, these good people, you take their all feedback, and these bad people, you discard their all feedback. But the same person that you say bad may give you good feedback in some area, and the person that you say good may give feedback, bad feedback or wrong feedback in some area. Either it may be intentional or unintentional. So it's very important to know from who you are getting, from whom you are getting feedback. And it's very challenging to understand a person, because people are getting so much skilled in concealing them, this making a cocoon outside them, wearing a mask of good outside. It's very difficult to go inside and see what kind of person they are. In this case, what I recommend is, you should be a scientist. You should do experiments. You should do some social experiments. You should do case study. You want to know a little bit about their history, past. Then only you have more data points. You know what kind of person they are. You need to give some test signal. Let's say you try something new and see what kind of feedback they give, and compare it with your expectation. See whether they are always saying good about you, or whether they are being critical or not, or whether they are always saying negative. So you understand more when you're doing this kind of experiments, social experiments. So then only you have to build this filter which will remove all those unfruitful, unproductive feedbacks or validations. Otherwise, people are going to stop you if you look feedback from everyone. Remember, everyone cannot be your friend. Everyone cannot be your supporter. Everyone cannot understand you, and it's okay. It's very much okay if people don't understand you, what you're doing. Because everyone, we are different in our way. We think differently, we live differently. And if you are trying something new or trying something original, and if you're expecting good feedback or good validation from outside, they're gonna freak out because they don't know what you're doing. They have no idea, because they have very shallow understanding about you. And if you're demotivating yourself because you didn't get good feedback from them, then you're stopping your growth. So it's very important, it's a critical thing. You need to invest a good deal of time and effort in understanding other people, but it's going to be worth it. If you see, we human beings are hopelessly wanting to believe in something. We want so badly to believe in something. And when we are believing, like I said, we are so shallow. We are this good thing. We believe whether it's a good thing or it's a bad thing. There's not critical. We don't do much of the critical analysis. We don't make this kind of gray. We don't go in the gray area. We don't have this fuzzy concept where you say, this person is good in this case, in this person. We don't do critical, and because of this laziness, because of this less effort, we slip down, we get smashed, and we are this burden of validation is slowing us from progressing. Hence, it's very important to understand people and understand this art of validation. I want to just recap whatever I said. First, validation is important. It has many benefits. Second, there are many people who take advantage of you, and they will not give the validation that you need. They are being manipulative. They are eventually stopping you from growing. So you want to know this kind of person. You want to do some experiments, some tests, and understand them more, what kind of person they are and what kind of feedback they will be giving. And you want to understand, you want to analyze them in continuous way. It's not like static. You make this kind of filter, or you make this assumption this person is good or bad. They may change in the future for some reason. Good person may become bad, and bad person may become good. Your close friend may become enemy. Maybe he or she will get super jealous about something and end up betraying you. So you want to know more more about the person you are surrounded with. You want to do some tests and see what kind of result you get, with how much far they are from your expectation. So you need to be critical, otherwise it's very difficult to become the best version of yourself, to success, to get success in your work. To get success, most of the time you need to try new thing, learn new thing, and when you're not getting good feedback or constructive feedback from other people, the people that you value more, you're going to be demotivated. In this situation, you need to know what kind of feedback you are getting and who are the person giving feedback and what is their nature. That's where you clearly distinguish between positive feedback and negative feedback, constructive and destructive. When you can do this, when you can get this art of validations, when you can balance this, understand the depth of this thing, you're already way ahead in the game. Good luck. Thank you.